way, gets in down low with a shot, and Schneider's able to stop it. Now a lot of pushing and shoving right in front of the net. Now Sestito wants to square off. He's already taken the helmet off. Fitzgerald won't go with him. He never dropped his gloves. Oh, that's embarrassing. And now we got a fight on the other side. Dorsett is going with Rallo. And Dorsett in the left wing corner. Holding on to Greg Rallo. Comes up top with a right hand. Rallo with a swing and a miss. Dorsett back with another. And now he'll go with the left hand. Back to the right hand. And Dorsett trying to get leverage on Rallo and dump him to the ice. Fitz has thrown down his gloves. Sestito's waiting at center ice. And Sestito's now going to go back into the right wing circle. Zenekanopoulos called him to the bench. No sense of getting a second altercation going. That's when you get in trouble. But Fitzgerald goes off. Dorsett and Sestito both go off. All doing their jobs right there. And you know who started that whole thing? It's Greg Clausen. Got in the face of Derek Dorsett. Now Fitzgerald, now he's a tough guy. Now he wants to take Sestito in front of the penalty box. That's ridiculous. He had his chance to fight him. Tommy invited him to fight in the right wing circle. He wanted nothing to do with it. Didn't even take his gloves off. Now all of a sudden he's the toughest guy on the ice and he wants to fight somebody. Not shocking. Really not shocking. You know, Fitzgerald, though, I believe is going to go off to the drip. He had some comments to make in the paper that were printed earlier today, you know, about some guys he wanted to go after. But Tom Sestito gave him every opportunity and then some to fight him. And Fitzgerald didn't want to do it until after everything was over. And then all of a sudden he wants to fight in front of the penalty box. So, you know, I know all about. But Sestito challenged him. Sestito took his helmet off. He already had his gloves off. He took his helmet off. He spun it down onto the ice and he said, "Here I am." And Fitzgerald did nothing. He had his gloves on. But then later he wanted to fight him after the fact. Well, Sestito right now, for the moment, is in the penalty box. We'll see how this thing all works out. And we do have our first real fisticuffs of this series. And John Morasti is not in the lineup tonight. So, again, it's not a surprise. That's usually the way that the Moose operate. When you go back to later here, the day that Morasti was not in the lineup was the day that they decided they were going to be tough. They're replaying the fight between Rallo and Dorsett on the scoreboard. I bet you Greg Rallo wishes they didn't replay it because I think he got one shot in early, but then Dorsett, when he started dishing with the left hands and then he came back with the right hand, it was over right there. So how's this work out? Who gets extra penalty time, if anybody? And it wouldn't surprise me if it just all comes out even. The two captains are over in front of the penalty box area waiting for the explanation from the referee.